Hello?
Thank you for calling the Social Security Administration. This is Officer Marie. How can I assist you, ma'am?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. How can I help you?
Hello, who have I reached?
You have been reached to the Social Security Administration. You're speaking to Officer Marie Johnson. How can I help you today?
I was returning a phone call.
Okay, may I have your name?
Yes, my name is Norma.
Norma, Norma.
Correct.
What's your last name, ma'am?
Snockers.
Can you spell that for me?
Snockers.
Okay. Can you verify me the zip code of your mailing address, Miss Knockers?
Yeah, it's 75089.
All right. Now, Norma, I want you to hold the line for a couple of seconds, please, okay?
Okay.
Norma Knockers. All right. I want you to verify me your mailing address, ma'am.
For what purpose, may I ask? What is this call regarding?
Yes. I believe you have received a message to call us back regarding your suspension of your Social Security number.
Suspension?
Yes.
I'm not aware of a suspension.
All right, ma'am. Can you verify me your mailing address?
It's 7749 Claremont Avenue.
It's 7749 Claremont Avenue.
Correct.
7749 Claremont Avenue. Which is in
Correct.
the zip code, please? The zip code which you're giving me is the same zip code? That is 75089?
Yes.
Okay, just give me a moment, please. I'm sorry, ma'am. It's 7749 Claremont Avenue?
Yes.
Okay, give me a moment, please, okay? I appreciate your patience.
Okay.
Which is in the city of Rowlett, Texas?
That is correct.
All right, ma'am, just hold the line. I will quickly pull up your records. In the meanwhile, I want you to verify me your last 4 digits of your Social Security, please.
I would really like to know what this call is regarding.
I will give you each and every information about the case, but you need to verify your last 4 digits of your Social for the verification.
7449.
Okay. But that's 7449, okay? Now, I have a case file here, and what I can see here that Mrs. Knockers, the reason you were contacted today by the Social Security Administration is to inform you that your Social Security number is being found for criminal and fraudulent activities in the state of Texas. Are you aware about the situation, ma'am?
No, I'm not aware of this situation.
All right, and now, Ms. Knockers, I want you to quickly grab a piece of a paper and a pen with you and write down the case information, please.
Okay.
You can let me know once you're ready to copy the information, all right?
Okay. I'm ready.
Now, I want you to write down my name. You're speaking to Officer Marie Johnson, M-A-R-I-E. That's my first name. My last name is Johnson, J-O-H-N-S-O-N.
Okay.
You can write down my badge number. My badge number is G as in government, S as in Sam, number 010596.
Okay, I have GS
Okay,
010596. Is that right?
that's correct. Now you can write down your case number. The case number is C as in Charlie, P as in Peter, number 6219.
The case number is C as in Charlie, P as in Peter, number 6219. Alright, ma'am?
Okay.
Now, you can write down the arrest warrant docket number. Your warrant docket number is D as in David, C as in Charlie, number 149982.
That's a warrant. Excuse me. You said that's
Are
a
you
warrant?
okay?
Yeah, you said that's a warrant number?
Yeah, that's the arrest warrant docket number. Can you repeat the warrant docket number to me, ma'am?
Hang on, I'm writing arrest warrant.
You want me to repeat that?
No, I'm just writing additional information.
Okay. It's BC, D as in Delta, C as in Charlie, 149982.
Okay.
Now, before I give you any information about the case, before I proceed further, I would like to inform you that Norma, we both are on a federally recorded line. This line is being federally recorded and monitored by the Social Security Administration and by the law enforcement agencies. So please make sure whatever you speak, whatever you say on this recorded line should be completely honest and true. And do not try to interrupt me while I'm giving you the case information, while I'm giving you the details about the case. Once I will complete my part, I will give you a fair enough chance to speak and to ask me any questions you have, alright, Miss Marcus?
Okay.
Okay, now, are you okay, ma'am? You want to have a glass of water?
Yeah, I'm okay, thank you.
Okay, now, the investigation was started by the law enforcement agencies when they found an abandoned car. Make and model for the vehicle was Toyota Corolla, which was black in color, and the license plate says it is from the state of Texas 2440, and this vehicle was found in the south border of Texas. Now, this vehicle was actually idle on the street, and when the locals reported to the local sheriff's department, investigation was started, and we found blood and drug residues inside the car, which was totally thrilling, and the car was rented on your name and on your personal social security information. Now, there were two addresses that was linked with your name and with the title of the vehicle found. The first address was from number 7609 Claremont Avenue, which is in the city of El Paso, Texas, and the zip code is 75089.
Oh my
And
gosh, that's not very far from me at all.
Okay. And the second address, which was registered with the title of the vehicle found, was from number 7749 Claremont Avenue in the city of Rowlett, Texas, which seems to be your current mailing address. So Norma, I have a question for you that, have you ever been to the city of El Paso in the past before?
Have I been to El Paso?
Yeah, have you ever been to the city of El Paso in the past before?
Yeah.
Okay, when was the last time you were there in the city of El Paso?
Oh, must have been like 11 days ago.
Oh, all right. Now, the second question to you is, ma'am, do you have any properties rented on your name and on your social security information in the city of El Paso, Texas in the past? Do you have any properties or anything rented over there?
I have no properties in El Paso, no.
Okay. Now, the reason I asked you these two questions is because of that we have found in total there were 5 properties rented on your name and under your social security number in the state of Texas.
5?
All right, so there are 5 properties rented on your name and on
5?
your personal socials
5
in the city of El Paso,
properties.
Texas. That's correct.
So immediately the Texas State Rangers Division and the U.S. Marshals Department raided those places, but unfortunately there was no one available inside the residence. But during the investigation, our investigating team found 22 pounds of cocaine, which is an abusive drug, and some documentations related to financial institutes.
How
Like
come I
Bank of
didn't
America?
receive anything in the mail? And nobody knocked on
about-
my door.
Ma'am, because of this pandemic, okay? Now, we have also find the documentation from financial
Because of the
institutes.
pandemic, you didn't send me any mail?
No, ma'am, the mail services has been quite delayed or it's been quite stopped due to of this coronavirus across the world.
Have they? I was
Okay,
unaware.
now,
Okay, now there were financial documentations found inside the residence from the Bank of America, TD Bank, Regions Bank, Chase Bank, Credit Union, couple of credit union as well. And these bank accounts were opened recently, and there were 20 to 25 credit cards were issued from these bank accounts under your personal social information. Further, these bank accounts were used to wire over than $200,000 locally and internationally to narco-trafficking countries like Mexico and Colombia. The credit cards issued under your name were used for booking several hotel rooms and for renting a couple of cars. Further, the rented places under your name were used to supply dangerous drugs locally and to some educational institutes around the locality.
Now, I want to ask you
Wait a
few
minute.
questions.
Wait a minute. They're distributing drugs to educational facilities? Is that what you said?
Institute, correct. That's correct. The rented places which were rented under your personal information were professionally used to supply drugs locally and to some educational institutes around the locality.
Around my
Research and planning.
locality?
That's correct, in the city of El Paso.
In El
Okay,
Paso.
Now, I want to ask a few questions to you, ma'am. Have you ever lost your wallet, or have you ever shared your personal information in the past, maybe with anyone like your family members, your friends, your coworkers, or anyone?
I lost my wallet about 2 weeks ago.
You lost your wallet about 2 weeks ago, and did you report it to your local sheriff's office about your misplacing of your wallet, ma'am?
Well, I didn't misplace it, I lost it.
Okay. Did you report to your local sheriff's office that you have lost your wallet?
No.
Alright, now the second question to you is that, have you ever shared your personal information for applying for a new credit card or for applying for any of the mortgages online?
No.
Or you have never provided your information online for any mortgages or any applying for a new credit card?
No.
Okay, now the third question to you is that, ma'am, the third question on this recorded line is, do you doubt on any individual for misleading your personal information?
Actually, I do. I have had a roommate, Julia Ramirez.
Julia Ramirez.
Yes, Julia Ramirez. She was my
Okay.
roommate.
You doubt on her?
I
She's your
do.
roommate, right?
She was.
You doubt her?
I do.
She ever took your social security card and took a look on that in the past?
She had access to my information, and she turned out to be a very nosy person. And she was constantly going through my things. We got in a big fight.
Now, are you guys staying together at this point of time?
No
still,
longer.
Julia still stays with you?
No longer, no.
Okay, no longer, okay. Now, at this point of time, ma'am, we have enough evidence and paperwork on your name and on your social security number to prove you guilty in the state courthouse of Texas for drugs trafficking, money laundering, and misleading the government information. So do you have a criminal attorney, a lawyer for yourself?
Yeah, my family retains Mark Nye. Yes.
Can you repeat that for me, ma'am?
His name is Mark Nye.
He's a criminal attorney?
Yes, that's what my family uses.
Okay. Give me a moment, please.
He works for Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
Mark Nye. He's from attorney. He's from, where he is from, ma'am?
Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
Okay. Yeah, just give me a moment, please. All right.
Now, at this point of time, the reason we are trying to get in touch with you today, Ms. Snoppers, is because of the good past records. How old are you, ma'am, at this point of time?
At this point of time, I am 30.
30?
Correct.
Okay, now, in the past, the reason we are trying to get a hold of you that we see that in the past, there are no criminal records on your name, there are no criminal charges, you have never been convicted for any felonies in the past. Is that correct?
Is that what my record shows?
No. Have you ever been arrested for any felonies in the past?
Well, I did get arrested, yeah.
No, in
But
the
it
past
wasn't-
3 years, ma'am. In the past 3 years?
It was like, 6 months ago, but honestly, it was Wenja's fault, and I didn't have a lot to do with it, but I was just there at the time looking, and, then the G-Man showed up, and it just all went crazy.
Okay. Now,
There's really
we
no
have seen that.
a logical explanation, and I know it sounds Dolores, but, Yeah, I was there and I was arrested.
Okay. Now, in the past, we have seen that you have never been arrested for any drugs trafficking or money laundering in the past, right?
Is that what my record shows?
No. Have you ever been arrested for money laundering or drugs trafficking before?
Well,
Okay.
yeah,
That's
at the
the reason
time
we
when
have
I
to
was, with Winja, I mean, honestly, I wasn't involved in it. I don't know anything about that machine that you take the black money and you put it in and then it comes out as bills, but I don't really know how that works. I was just there.
Okay.
And
Now,
I
in which
didn't know
state
that
did
was
you
called
were
money
arrested?
laundering. And as far as the drugs go, I'm just not sure what to say there. I don't want to rat out my friends, But yeah, Mukesh, he had a stash and they found it and we were all there. So we all got charged and we all got arrested as space pirates. And it just, kind of exploded like TNA.
Okay. Now, at this point of time, ma'am,
Yes?
can you hear me, Norma?
I hear you like a stone wolf.
Now, at this point of time, do you have a good intention to cooperate with the Social Security Administration in order to find out the real criminals?
Well, what does that entail?
Now, are you ready to cooperate with the government, ma'am, in order to find out the real criminals?
Can I know what that entails?
Okay. Now, we can see only two scenarios in this case, okay? The first one is you are completely involved in this case and you are trying to run away from the situation. And the second scenario is that you might be a victim of an identity theft, that someone else is using your personal information in order to commit a fraud on your name. What do you think about this case?
I think it's that one, yeah, because when I lost my wallet,
Julia, Julia who used to stay with you,
she
you
did.
doubt on her, right?
She did, and she was there that night at MR Biggins when my wallet went missing. I had a little pink wallet, and it had all my stuff in it, and she knows about it. And I think I didn't really lose it. I think it was taken. I was like, where's my Waldo?
Okay. Now, at this point of time,
And
do
she
you
was
have
always
a good
associating with irreputable characters.
I understand.
Okay.
Okay.
I just can't tell you how many people she brought in on a regular basis. John Wright, he was one.
Okay. Now,
And then she had this friend, Grace. And then there's Diana. Oh my gosh. She and her Parker J. Diana.
all right.
Oh.
Now, at this
The
point of
night,
time,
the things that happened, it's crazy. It was crazy the entire time we stayed together.
I understand. Now, do you have a good intention to cooperate with the Social Security Administration in order to find out the real criminals who are using your personal information to commit a fraud on your name?
Well, what does that entail?
Okay, now, if you're ready to cooperate with the government, ma'am, the first thing what you need to do is you need to agree to the third-party non-disclosure protocol of Social Security Administration announced in the year 1978. Now, are you familiar about this protocol? What does it mean, ma'am? Or you want me to explain that for you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Alright, the third-party non-disclosure protocol means that you're not going to share about this ongoing investigation to anyone apart from your investigating officers and your criminal attorney till you get your new Social Security number. Now, we are going to suspend your Social Security number and issue you a brand new Social Security card, okay? So, do you agree with this protocol? Because you're not allowed to share this information with any other third person. The only people you can share this information is going to be your associated officer from the Department of United States Treasury and to your criminal attorney. The reason you have to keep this information about this ongoing investigation confidential is because We don't know who are the real criminals. You don't know who are the real criminals. And we don't want the real criminals to get aware about this ongoing investigation and remove their hands
from this ongoing criminal activities. Then it's gonna be a hard time.
What about, like my best girl, Terry? Can I tell her, because she really is my go-to girl, and she's gonna be able to help me through this. I get really bad panic attacks when things go wrong, and can you hold on a minute, please?
Ma'am, we're in the middle of the call. You cannot answer when it's your call. That's the reason. Can you hear me? Miss Marcus, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Are you able to hear me?
I hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. I can hear you better, ma'am. Now, what you were trying to tell me, can you repeat yourself, please?
Yeah, I can. I get really bad anxiety attacks, so I have like my best girl, Terry. She's like my best friend. And,
how old is she?
Well, does that matter? I mean, she's a mature woman. She knows how to
ma'am,
keep it secret.
You cannot share this ongoing. You cannot share this case details to anyone, even to your family members, your friends, your neighbors, because to maintain your safety and your security. That will be the violation of the law, ma'am.
I can't do it without her. I can't. I get the bad anxiety, and I gotta be able to know that if I need her, I can tell her. You have to let me count on her.
Ma'am, you have to stay calm, all right? You don't have to get panicked, ma'am. I will make sure that we are going to help you out in the situation, okay? Are you okay, Miss Knockers?
I'm okay.
If you want, ma'am, you can have a glass of water, please.
Okay. I'm okay.
You can have a glass of water. Be normal, okay? You don't have to be nervous, okay?
Well, I get very nervous. I have very bad anxiety. Ever since the arrest, you don't understand what we went through. Officer Stephanie was there, and she tried to be helpful, but my heart was beating faster than Dennis's drum to him a long song. It was a really bad situation. You just don't know. Ever since then, I have to have Terry with me at all times usually, and she just so happens to have had an appointment today with the realtor lady, and that's the other thing that's really concerning me, is that we've got a move coming up, and is this going to affect my move? Because I have everything planned. We've been packing and packing for weeks and weeks.
All right. Okay, ma'am, you don't have to cry. You don't have to be nervous, okay? Now, what we are going to do is, tomorrow morning...
I think I need a nap.
I'm sorry?
I think I need a nap.
Ma'am, let me tell you one thing. Tomorrow morning, we are going to fix your appointment with 2 government officers who will be from the U.S.
Will Squire Charlie be there? He makes me feel better.
I don't know which way the officer
and maybe Officer David Newman, because he always lifts his kilt and shows us something interesting.
Okay. Now, tomorrow morning, we are going to fix your appointment with 2 government officers with the U.S. Marshals Department.
I would like Officer David Newman and Squire Charlie. They're the only ones I can talk to, yes.
David Newman, and the another one is with Charlie, ma'am?
Squire. Squire Charlie? Or is it Charles?
Now,
oh my gosh, I hope I didn't get it wrong. I think it's Charles. Squire Charles?
Okay, give me a moment, Kurt.
Adrian would know. He has the candy Goldfinger thing with the honey badger. But I get people confused. You don't understand how many new people that I have met in the last year.
Okay. Now, at this point, okay,
each
now
one is special. It can get really confusing.
Ma'am, do not
with all the
interrupt me
different
while
names. And then they change what they look like sometimes. So I don't have a visual clue. And if the name changes and the visual, that can really get confusing. Like I don't know who's who. And somebody came in recently and said, yeah, I got locked out of my account. Guess who I am? And then there was like no hints. And there was almost a sense that they were offended because I didn't, like nobody was guessing. I'm like, give me some clues. And I took a couple guesses. I thought maybe Mama Pat. I guess Dave. That was wrong. Dave was not there, but he did show up later. Pepper Moon, she's like not the unheard voice, so I don't know what to say now.
All right. Now, hear me very carefully.
Okay.
Tomorrow morning, we are going to fix your appointment with 2 government officers who will be from the U.S. Marshals Department.
Will they be my hero? And right. So David Newman and Squire Charlie, they're going to come be the hero, right?
That's fine, ma'am. If you want us to book an appointment with David Newman and Squire Charlie, we're going to book an appointment if they are available at that slot of time, okay?
Perfect.
We are going to come down at your place with your new Social Security envelope, which will be containing your new Social Security card, and we're going to come out with some of the fake photo IDs, which was used in this criminal activities, like for providing in the hotel rooms and while renting those cars.
But before that, we need to find...
Do any of the car rentals happen to say Malta McMurchie on them?
No, ma'am.
Okay. What about maybe Herberto Santiago?
No, ma'am. There is no such name here.
Okay.
Now, before that, we need to find which is your real information and the fake one created by those criminals. All right?
Well, Dr. Fell has all my records. I no longer go to Dr. Bastard. He was cool, but he didn't have the snappy sandals, so I see Dr. Fell now, and he has all my records.
Okay.
And
now,
Lisa knows all about it. She's the artist, artist known as Lisa.
Now, hear me out,
she's with the Guinness.
Miss Knockers,
Yes.
I don't want to hear anything else from you. I want to make sure you don't interrupt me
JP
while
Holland
I'm
hasn't had his mention yet.
Okay. Now, we are going to...
Or is it JP Sholland? I wonder if I've been reading that wrong all this time.
Which is your true information and the fake one.
Created by those criminals. So we can safeguard you from getting arrested today, and we can protect your true assets and freeze all those created by those imposters through an ADR Act, Alternative Dispute Resolution Act. For that, we are going to quickly fill your assets verification form and send it to the Federal Claim Court House and to the clerk of the court and to the Department of United States Treasury, okay, to let them know which are your real and genuine information. So I'm going to fill your assets verification form. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Make sure the information which you're going to give me will be cross-verified, okay, with every concerned department.
So the first question to you is...
Shaka Cat to me, right on cue.
Okay. Now the property where you stay, do you rent this property? You have a mortgage on it, or do you own this property?
It's a rental.
It's a rental. Since how long you have been renting this apartment?
Not very long. Maybe a little under a year.
Okay. Now
our lease is coming up, so we had a 1-year lease. I'm sorry, my throat is just really trashed today. No, it's allergy season, and there's just been a whole lot of smoke in the air, and so I feel like this just constant nag at my throat. Maybe Dr. Fell could help with that. I did have Dr. Bastard look at it, but
Mrs. Knockers, now
he
at
didn't
this point
have
of time,
the potion number 9 that I needed, or the 419, or the 68 HK, or the 321 Aussie.
okay. Now, do you have a valid driver's license from the state of Texas?
It's currently suspended since the arrest.
It's been suspended, right?
Correct.
Okay. Give me a moment, please. Driver's license has been suspended. Okay. Now, how many vehicles has been registered under your name?
I don't have any.
You don't have any vehicle?
Nope. I take
You do,
the
do
Uber.
you
I
use
do JJ,
you take,
the
okay, you take Uber.
karaoke rideshare.
Okay. Now,
We're not
how
allowed to
many
call
bank
it Uber.
accounts?
That's actually
Oh,
seriously
now,
not what we're supposed to say because it's, I don't know. She has a thing about that, so it's JJ, the rideshare driver.
okay.
And
Now,
she
do
has
you
a
have
karaoke set up inside her vehicle, which is really fun. So she plays
oh, yeah,
the words of the songs and sing into the mic, and she records it and puts it
and
on the
karaoke?
YouTube
I
for the
understand.
Sonics
Okay.
fan and Carol
Mhm.
slamming scamming. And then they have some Desi Daru. Jamie's
Okay.
there
Now,
screaming, "Eat my pixie
now,
dust." I'm not sure what that's about, but
okay. Now, Miss Knockers,
what
how
Eric
many
B told
bank,
me. He's in there just
how
yelling,
many,
"Desi, Desi."
I understand. Now,
Okay.
how many bank accounts do you have?
I
And
have
what bank
one,
do you bank with? Which
TD
bank do you
Bang.
bank with? You
TD
bank with
Bang.
TD Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from TD Bank, do you bank with any another bank?
No.
Okay. Now, do you have a checking or a savings with TD Bank, ma'am?
I have a chicken account. That's it.
You don't have a savings account with TD?
No, I just have the chicken account. It used to be a hot chicken account, but at the moment it's pretty cold.
Okay. Now, do you have a debit card for your checking account for the TD Bank? Have they provided you a plastic ATM card for purchasing inside the store?
Yeah.
You have it, right?
Yeah. Greg gave it
Okay.
to me.
Now, apart from this
And he's a
TD
good
Bank, do
guy.
you have,
He's like works with Haddock Man.
yes. Now, what is the approximate balance you have in the checking account with TD Bank? I don't need the exact amount, just the approximate balance.
Oh well, Miss Tara just sent me my statement. It's right here. I
Okay.
can tell
Now,
you exactly. I
I
have,
don't need the exact. Okay, you can
well,
let me
I
know
just happen
exactly.
to
That
have
will
it
be
here,
great.
so you can round if you would like, but I have $516.32.
All right. You have $516. Now, how many do you have? Do you use any credit cards?
No, CyberDoc warned me against the evils of the credit card.
I beg your pardon?
CyberDoc, he's a friend of mine. He told me never get a credit card.
Okay, CyberDog, he's one of your friends, and he given you an advice to never use a credit card, right?
That's correct. It's been
Okay.
working out
Now,
for me so far.
all right, I understand. Now, apart from this, all right, do you have any 401k plan or IRA?
No,
You have any investments in the money market for future?
not at this time. Nope.
Okay, now,
Karen said
I
I
will repeat
should.
this information.
She's been trying to give
Okay.
me advice too, and she
Okay.
suggested going
Now,
to Tammy Turbo to get stuff, to make a financial plan, but I
okay.
haven't gone
Now,
yet.
Ms. Narcos, at this point of time, you don't have, I will repeat that information which you have provided me, all right?
Okay.
Before I forward to the Department of United States Treasury and to the Federal Claim Court House.
Oh,
All right?
this is getting really fink. Christy will just be finked out to the fink about this.
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me, Ms. Knockers?
As clear as Danny Sota.
Can you hear me, Ms. Knockers? Can you hear me, Norma?
Miss Johnson, are you finking out?
Yes, can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yes.
I can hear you.
Okay,
Now,
Grace is going to be
I will
really
repeat-
happy about that.
I'm going to repeat information for you,
Okay.
okay?
The property where you stay is rented property. The driver's license which you have has been suspended of you because of your arrest in the past. You bank with only one bank, that is with TD Bank, which is you have a checking account. You have a balance of $516.32. You have a debit card for TD Bank account, and you don't have a credit card. You don't have any IRA. You don't have any 401k, correct?
That's all correct.
And I'm going to forward this information to the Federal Claim Court House, okay?
Okay.
And to the Department of the United States Treasury. So I want you to hold the line for a couple of seconds, Alright?
Okay.
I will be right back on the same line. Make sure the line should not get disconnected. But the next couple of seconds, I will be right back.
Okay.
I have to just forward this information to the superiors, United States Treasury Department, and to the courthouse as well.
So I will appreciate your patience for next couple of
I
seconds.
have a question. Will the Alan Green Project and Ben King be listening as well?
I beg your pardon?
The Alan Green Project and Ben King. Will they be listening? That's my question.
Alan Green Project?
Yeah.
The Alan Green Project, no other third party is being involved, okay?
Okay.
I'll be right back to you on the same line once I forward this information to my superiors. I will appreciate your patience if you hold the line for a couple of seconds, Ms. Norcross, okay?
Okay, I'll check on the butler while you do that.
Okay. Thank you for your patience. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Now, I have forwarded your information to the Federal Claim Courthouse and to the Department of United States Treasury. And I want to inform you that your socials are to be suspended on an immediate basis as there are suspicious charges for criminal activities and your socials are being compromised. But all these fake accounts created by those imposters will be freezed. But even your real bank accounts will also be freezed. And the Department of United States Treasury will have access to all of your bank accounts and they will be reinstated to you once this case is resolved. The new Social Security number will be given to you on an immediate basis, but the average period for this case to get over is 6 months, that is 180 days. That means, Mr. Snockers, you won't be able to use any of your bank accounts for next 180 days. So I want to ask you that, will you be able to survive your expenses and your bills for next 180 days without using your bank accounts?
Well, I'm facing a bomba clot. You know, there's just really not that much in there. So how about, because I'm moving anyway, so I was getting ready to close that account. So I can just go close that account and then I won't open a new one until after the 180 days.
Okay. Now, let
That'll
me tell
work.
you, ma'am, you don't have...
And then you can
don't
take
have
care of all
to-
those other accounts. You can freeze any accounts that are under my Social Security number at that time.
Okay. Now, you don't have to close this account, okay?
Oh, but
You
I
have
plan to anyway. And I'll say hi,
ma'am,
hey to
if
David
you
Marshall
close-
when I'm there, because he works at the bank.
Okay. Now, if you're cooperating
Sylvia,
with
the
Social
fan of
Security
Sandy,
Act-
she's usually hanging around, and I can maybe get some flowers from her.
I don't want to hear any of your out of lesson conversation, okay? I don't want to hear any third name on this recorded line, any of your friends. We're not here to discuss about them. We are here to discuss about your arrest warrant, okay? Now, can you hear me? Are you there with me,
Yeah.
Norma?
Yeah.
Now, as you're cooperating with the Social Security Administration, okay, I will let you know that at this point of time, you can access your two bank accounts by converting your money into an electronic currency with the Department of United States Treasury. Do you know what is a safety locker with the Department of United States Treasury?
No, I have no idea.
I will explain you, ma'am. Now, whatever you have to do, you need to convert your money into an electronic currency, into a safety locker.
Like
where the
Bitcoin?
Department of-
You want me to
No,
buy
not-
Bitcoin?
No, ma'am. Did I tell you to buy a Bitcoin or anything like that?
Well, it's an electronic currency, isn't it? It's the only one I'm aware of.
No, it's a cryptocurrency.
Oh.
It's not an electronic currency.
Oh, what's the difference?
Now, the cryptocurrency is a totally different. This currency, the Bitcoin, is being used by professional traders online. This currency cannot be seen, and this currency cannot be physically be in your hand. Okay? It's known as a Bitcoin.
Wow.
Now, what you can do, you have to convert your money into an electronic currency. You have to go to the government authorized store in your area. You need to purchase an electronic voucher. Alright? Now, this electronic voucher is a third-party voucher which is approved by the Better Business Bureau and by the Federal Trade Commission for converting your money into a safety locker with the Department of United States Treasury. You need to buy that electronic voucher. On every electronic voucher, there will be a unique registration code. You need to provide me the registration code on this federally recorded line after the beep, okay? And once this voucher is being registered under your name, Tomorrow morning, as I said you, there will be 2 officers from U.S. Marshal's Department.
They're going to come at your place, then you need to hand over that voucher to
Right,
them.
David
and they
Newman
will
and Squire Charlie. They're coming over tomorrow.
That's correct.
Correct.
That's correct. Now, you need to hand over that voucher to the David Newman or any of the officer who will be coming at your place, all right?
Okay.
I will prefer the first priority will be David Newman and the Squire Charlie, okay?
Okay. So is that like because David Newman is the awesome one?
So you need to hand over that voucher to them, and they're going to write you a cashier's check for the same amount of $500. The remaining $16, you can keep it in the account. So I'm going to let you know that how you can convert your money, which are the government authorized store around you, where you can get this voucher from. So I just need your zip code. Your current zip code where you are at now is the same one, 75089?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what you have to do, you have to get ready, all right, and take your driver's license or a state ID. You have a state ID, correct?
Correct.
You can grab your state ID because your driver's license is being suspended. That is no more valid yet. You can grab your state ID. You can grab a debit card for your bank account. You can carry a piece of a paper and a pen. And if needed, if your battery is not enough charge, you can carry your car charger, okay?
Now, I will let
my
you know that
gosh.
which are the... Uh-huh.
Yeah, my battery's on about 0. Let me, because I have to call the Uber I have to make
You can
an
put me on...
appointment to
You
get a
can put me
ride.
on...
So,
you can put me on... Ma'am, you can put me on your wall charger. You can put me on
I
your
think,
wall
my
charger.
phone might be about to die. I will call you back as soon as I get it plugged back in, and
Ma'am, hear
and
me
then
out. You don't have enough.
I'll order.
You,
I'll call JJ and get the Uber started. Okay.
ma'am, first of all, put me on your wall charger and speak with me. If the lines will get disconnected, we are working on a computer managing system of the government. The warrant will be executed automatically, all right? And within the next 45 minutes, the local sheriffs might be at your place. They will approach you from your mailing address, okay? So what you can do, you can put me on the wall charger, please.
And that's the end of that. She won't be able to call me back. And Fire RTC was about to time me out really quick anyways. But I hope you all enjoyed the shout out. I did the best I could to remember as many people. Love to everyone in the community. Hey, oh, Deo, you came in late, so I'm just seeing you. I am off to Q's now as I'm extremely late for the stream I plan to attend. See you all out there. Peace and love.
Take me home.
Forget the body.
GB Road.
Forget the body.
To a place
Forget the body.
I belong.
Forget the body.
West Virginia.
Forget the body.
Mountie Mama.
Forget the body.
Take me home.
Forget the body.
GB Road.
Other girls in the back.
I just need somebody to love. I need somebody
Take me home.
to love.
Other girls in the back.
I'm a very sensitive woman when it comes to love.